After packing all of our stuff, my friend Lex and I got on a plane and flew to Kilimanjaro airport, where we planned to go on an adventure. We were going to climb Mt Kilimanjaro and try to fly our paragliders off the top.
Oh, wow.
We planned to climb the Kenyan side up to Mawenzi tarn, then across the saddle up to the peak whilst we prayed for the weather. After months of packing and preparing, we flew to Moshi yesterday, met the team and had a great briefing, and we've just driven to the Rongai gate to start the climb.
So wake up at 6:30 in the morning, they bring tea, and then it's off to breakfast, packing, sorting out water, and enjoying the warmth of the sun.
Jambo wana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Simba, hakuna matata. Lelo taingia, hakuna matata. Hati tumelala, hakuna matata. Wageni wafurahi, hakuna matata. Very clear today, yeah?
I'm here with Lexington in our matching shirts that we discovered this morning. It's the second morning for a very long, comfy and warm night's sleep. We started our first kind of harder day, I guess. We've got about 1,000 meters to climb today. We got all day to do it. Just been told we're having a hot lunch, which is a nice treat. And we've left the camp, come around the corner and seen Mawenzi Peak, which is, we'll be near there in 2 days' time. And then turned the next corner and saw the summit of Kilimanjaro in all her glory. And everyone's feeling pretty excited about getting up there, but it does look quite far away.
Maximus, so take us through the plan for the next few days.
So we've been walking up this beautiful trail, had an amazing view of the summit of Kili and Mawenzi Peak. And so tonight we're walking up another kind of 600 meters or so and we'll camp. We'll cross over to Mawenzi tomorrow night, and then we walk across the nice flat saddle to Kibo at the base of the big slope there. And then we have the dreaded night hike up to the summit.
And here we're going to find the lesser spotted Luke Haven.
It's nearly 6 p.m. on the second day. We've had a quite easy but quite a long day, so we've been walking for about 8.5 hours today, and I'm just arriving to our camp at Kikelewa, and it's been absolutely stunning scenery all day. Beautiful skies, beautiful view of the summit, beautiful view of Mawenzi. Looking forward to stretching, getting a nice cup of tea, and a nice long sleep tonight.
morning. Beginning to feel like I'm not too far from the top of the world up here. Just setting up breakfast outside today. There we are, looking down on the clouds. Oh, pretty special. What's going on, Lukey?
We're at Mawenzi town, and we're about to do an afternoon acclimatization hike up here, up towards Mawenzi. Lex and I are going to take our gliders in case we want to fly back down. As you can see, it's a nice big landing spot. We need to see what happens with the wind and the clouds, but better to have the option than not. So we'll either fly down or walk down.
And where's our takeoff?
It's kind of nice. We'll have to
Okay, yeah.
about there.
Got it. Thanks, man.
This is me and Luke carrying our own gear up. For a change.
We might relent when it comes to climbing the crater,
We've actually just put it on for the video.
but this feels good. This feels like a proper adventure. You alright, Lukey? Oh, look at the view. It's just... Yeah. We just feel like we're on such an adventure. It's just unbelievable. So, it's just me and Luke that decided to bring up our gliders. And it feels nice. Well, it's going to be a couple of kilometers and maybe 200 meters down to the camp. But that is Kili up there.
So while these guys were pissing around flying, I was actually doing some work, and I brought out the forecast from Mountain Forecast, which is one of the nice reliable ones, and we're seeing a nice drop on this Wednesday the 11th. It picks up while we're hiking up to 25k an hour, but we've got a nice window between 9 and 12 of only 15k an hour on the summit. More important to me is the 5,000 meter wind, which is just a little bit off the summit. And there we have a nice drop off, same 15-10. And as we go down with altitude, it's decreasing and turning more southeast. So it looks like, on paper, a reasonable flying day. So we're definitely going to give it a crack tomorrow night.
Yeah!
Okay, so every evening they take our blood oxygen. Is it blood oxygen?
Oxygen saturation.
Oxygen saturation and our heart rate. And oxygen saturation tends to go down and heart rate tends to go up. And we seem to have made this into some crazy competition.
Which Luke is winning.
491.
491.
Did he wait long enough, or are we happy with that?
No, we're happy.
It's pretty stable.
Day 4. We're off. Kili's still looking quite big though.
It's looking very big,
So work to do.
very steep, very loose, very far.
But we're gonna do it.
We're going to do it. It's about 11 at night. It's a hive of activity as we sort all the bags and paragliders out to do our ascent. How you feeling, Lex?
Pretty excited, pretty nervous. Just need to get going now, I think.
We've been staring at this climb
For a while.
for a while.
Yay, 5,000! Right. Luca Paduca's just reminded me that we still need to take some videos. So, where are we at, Luca? You could do the talking actually for me.
Alright, so we're at Hans Meyer Cave, named after, or perhaps by Hans Meyer, who first climbed Kili. Don't ask the date. But we're about halfway up the kind of the steep climb from Kibo Hut Base Camp to the point on the crater rim. And it's pretty steep and loose. It's pretty hard going. Feels like it's the middle of the night, which it is.
Yeah.
We've got a long day ahead.
Thanks, man. I mean, it's not the most fun I've ever had, I must say, but the views are pretty stunning. Hi.
Joyeux anniversaire.
Oh, merci, monsieur. I have to be reminded that it is my birthday, and I'm sure I can't be too grumpy. Exactly. So I had a slightly tough time coming up. I was pretty dizzy for the last kind of 500 meters or so. Anyway, we are at Gilman's Point. So this is the crater rim. So onwards and upwards to Uhuru Peak. Boom. Luca Baduka!
Good lord.
Oh my god. How special is this? Thanks for getting us here, Ben. Come on. There's some serious chunks of ice still up here. Well, it was touch and go for a bit, but we have made it to the top of Africa. Yes! I should say the view is pretty awesome. That's a shadow of Kili beside Mount Meru. As we go around, we've still got some glacier up here, and the sun is now providing a little bit of warmth. It has been a cold night. I can show you that on Luke's back. It is frozen.
So it's been a long day and a long night. We made it up to Gilman's Point in the dark, which is sort of over here somewhere. And then we're at Stella Point. We just walked up around the crater rim and we got to the summit. Woo, woo, woo! And here we are, standing on takeoff. We've got our paragliders. You can see the ground super icy and crunchy, but the weather's looking good. It's very cold, but nice and calm. The idea is we fly off this way towards these clouds and land over in Moshi. So kind of keeping an eye on the weather, but if all goes well, hopefully in the next kind of hour or so we'll give it a go. Yeah! God. I'm feeling pretty emotional right now. Appreciate so much the support from everybody, especially from Isabel. I'm so proud of my mum for doing this. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. What an amazing experience. Okay, here I am, and there is Mt Kilimanjaro! Oh yeah! Yeah, boy! I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Got a beautiful, beautiful morning. We're flying down to Moshi now. Got Mount Meru over here. What an adventure. There's the saddle we walked across yesterday at Mawenzi. Did a practice flight from there. You can see Kibo huts down there. We hiked up through the night, summited at Uhuru Peak, and then came out to fly. Pretty beautiful flying over these clouds. Nice that it's not too cloudy today, so kind of easy to navigate and don't have to descend through them, but it's pretty rare to be on a paraglider above the clouds like this. I'm really enjoying the views. The flight took a little over an hour. We descended just over 5,000 meters in that time and flew about 30 kilometers. We faced a bit of a headwind, so you can see from the track log that we had to thermal a bit to make it back to Moshi, and not all of us made it. A huge thanks to Linda for all the air and ground coordination, from organising our permits, opening an airspace corridor, arranging permission to land at the police training ground in the centre of town, to bringing out half the hotel staff to sing us a welcome back song. It's a huge team effort to enable us to fly, so we owe an enormous thank you to the whole team at Paraglide Kilimanjaro.